Good morning, everybody. How we doing today? Another day on the Outer Banks. Welcome back. Thanks for watching. Coming off the Wright Memorial Bridge, right into Kitty Hawk on the Outer Banks. And traffic's been a little weird this morning. So I got the bright idea to take the beach road the entire way to work. So once I get a little up the ways here, make that left turn off the highway, keep heading south on the beach road. Hope everybody's having a blessed day so far. Nothing to complain about on my end this morning. The sun's out, temperature's about 55. They said we're gonna get a little break this upcoming week. Might even get up to the 60s. Of course, it's just a little teaser because March is always nasty on the Outer Banks. In my opinion, it's probably the worst month in the season. Cold, wet, rainy, and gray is normally the typical March. But then we bring those spring flowers, baby. Won't be much longer for that. So, if anything, 60-degree weather we're gonna get. It's just gonna be a little teaser, and that's all right. We'll take all the breaks you want to give us, Mother Nature. I've narrated this stretch a few times. Nothing special. Just a Walmart and some fast food, a couple grocery store and some Starbucks. It's about all that's on this stretch. On my left, you can take a left at any time and you'll find yourself in Southern Shores. And it runs pretty deep back there, nice and woodsy. If I had to pick a spot to live on the Outer Banks, it would be that, Southern Shores. Alright, so right up the bend here, around this curve, is the turn off to go to, you can merge over here and head to Duck, Corolla, Southern Shores. But I'm not going to take that turn because this red light is pretty long. So I'm just going to go the next street up, take my left there. Of course, I got an open road now, but I'm still going to go on the beach road just because I haven't done it in a little bit. Some of these might have to take some alternative routes once you get on them because they don't go all the way through. You might have to, this one goes straight to the beach road, it looks like. But you might have to take a couple turns, a couple right, maybe a left to get to the beach road. Not all of them are straight across. But you can pretty much, if you're headed south like I'm doing, take a left at any time and hop on that beach road for some more peaceful driving. As you can see, right across the street is the beach. And here's the road that aligns with it, and that is why it's called the beach road. For anybody out there that couldn't figure that out on their own. As you can see, it's an open road on the beach road too, and I actually am, for once, a little early to work. So, take my time, get this beach road cruise. Not a whole lot in Kitty Hawk as far as beach road. It's mostly just sand and beach. A couple restaurants. I'll point them out to you as we come up on them. Right up here, we got Art's Place. A very popular breakfast place. They do lunch and dinner too, but they are known for their breakfast. Little tiny spot right here in Kitty Hawk, Art's Place. As a matter of fact, my fiance works there. Might see her cooking up your sausage biscuit. Looks like they got a couple new construction projects going, but not a whole lot. Kitty Hawk's pretty scenic as far as just being able to see the beach while you drive. You can kind of look over the sand dunes and see the ocean. And then, just like I took a left to come onto the beach road, same applies. At any time, I can take a right and go back on the highway. No, I would do something like that if I got stuck behind like a trash truck or something like that, because it is a 2-lane road. So by that I mean 1 lane on each side. And it's only 35 miles an hour. So we're already going kind of slow, so if you get stuck behind slow vehicle or somebody taking their absolute sweet time, you can just take a right, get back on the highway, try your chances there. But like I said, nothing but sand dunes, beach weeds, and rental homes all through Kitty Hawk, on the beach road at least. Had a bunch of rain overnight. Woke up this morning, everything was wet, no complaints. I don't mind the free car wash from Mother Nature, especially when I wake up to go to work and then the sun pops out instead of being a rainy ride. You guys can see these neon green crosswalks they you have to stop at those when somebody is standing there. It's a state law. Some people don't use them correctly. Some people think that it's just a golden pass to just go. State law or not, you still have to look to see if and make sure you don't get run over, you know what I mean? Because I've had some instances where they had just come up to the crosswalk as I'm coming up on the crosswalk, and of course there's a little gray area. You're not going to slam on your brakes, you know what I mean? It's probably be more dangerous than actually just cruising through it. But I've had where somebody came out on me because I kept cruising, because it would have been pointless to slam my brakes because I would have skidded past the crosswalk anyway. But obviously they made me slam on my brakes anyway, so there's that. But just be mindful that on the beach road, especially as we get further south, Kill Double Hills, Nags Head, they're every, 100 feet. So almost every street has a crosswalk. And if you're using one of these crosswalks, just please be careful. Every year you see the reports of the injuries or death from people just not being mindful or knowing how to use the crosswalks. Get there, stop, and wait for everybody, for both sides, to stop. Because sometimes one side will stop and the other side won't stop. We have entered Kill Double Hills. Missed the sign a little ways ago, but we did enter Kill Double Hills. And I also was jabbering a little too much. I missed a restaurant or two back there. You got Black Pelican and Hurricane Moe's in the same little street, on the same street, same section. Back there in Kitty Hawk. Here on my right, you got one of the oldest restaurants, Jolly Rogers, and they're building themselves a new building attached to Jolly Rogers. In one of my previous videos, I think I was talking about people switching ownerships. Before I get off track, to my left is Sea Ranch Resort, and tucked away in there is a little restaurant called Beachside Bistro, and I go there for breakfast all the time because a lot of people don't know about it. They don't know that you can go in there without being a guest at the hotel and get something to eat. And some of the local people that I talk to, they about it every now and then when it comes up, but not many. Most people are very inquisitive of where this place is, because we all know how hard it is to get a bite to eat in the morning time with a limited number of breakfast spots. So typically there's a wait for breakfast as well, like waiting in line to get a seat, because there's only there's less than 10 places to eat breakfast. Not enough to suit all the people that visit the Outer Banks. I don't know about you guys, but if you come on vacation, the last thing you probably want to do is wait for breakfast when you're trying to start your day on vacation. And who wants to wait for 2 hours really hungry first thing in the morning? So my advice with that, it would be either figure out breakfast at your vacation home, or get there as early, right when they open. Most of us in the restaurant industry don't like that, but there's nothing we can do about it. We don't like it when customers come literally the minute we open, because normally we're still trying to get ourselves together and ready for the onslaught of customers, and any extra time is we're always very thankful for it. But in the same sense, I'm going to tell you guys, if you want to get that seat without waiting, you would just get there when they open, because most places fill up quick as soon as they open the doors. So there's that. Island Dyes, get all your tie-dye wares. They have another shop up the road that sells all your glassware for any of you guys that like to smoke the old wacky tobacco. Kill Double Grill on the right here on the beach road, very popular spot, one of those hard to get a seat kind of places. And right after that, we are crossing the line, if you can see it on my right, the town of Nags Head. Welcome to Nags Head. Before, I was having some issues with my camera dying while I was trying to take this whole stretch, but I just received 2 new batteries in the mail yesterday, so so I won't have that problem. Also, I'm intending to get a microphone for this camera so that I can provide you guys with a little better audio quality. Hope you guys enjoy these videos. I know I got a little country twang, but I've lived in North Carolina most of my life, and in the South, I still say y'all and ain't and all those other little twangy words that us Southerners like to say. For any of my people watching this from up north, what's some things you guys say? I probably just said it, yous guys, right? Or is that just a misconception? You guys not really say that? Because that's what we think you guys say. Over here on my right, this whole section is an art section. It's got art galleries all throughout it. I feel like they had a nickname for it. I think it's Gallery Row, if I'm not mistaken. Tons of art shop, local Outer Banks photographies and things like that. Got Tortugas Lie here on the right. They've been there forever as well. They were actually featured on the show by Guy Fieri. I can't think of it right off the bat, but he went up there and did a little snippet for one of his shows. Lucky 12 on my right. See you in March. It's typical with a lot of restaurants around here closing for the winter time. And then on the left we got Nags Head Fishing Pier, and they got a restaurant right on the pier, Surf and Spoon. That is mostly ice cream and sweet treats for when you come off the beach. Right up here on my right we got a little drive-in spot to get you something to eat called Snowbirds. More of those simple bites, hot dogs, hamburgers, and a couple little fried seafood items. So what I'm gonna do is right up here, I'm gonna take a right to get back on the highway, and I like to do it right up here. It's just like a really short pass through. I'm taking a whole street to get there. This kind of merges right along with the highway. And we're at Austin Seafood Market. They've been around for a long time. That's a good seafood market, if I say so myself. So I'm gonna take a left, continue my journey. Still on track to be either a little early for work or just on time. Here we go. And at this point, we just passed Jockey's Ridge. I just passed through Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills, and half of Nags Head by taking the beach road. As you guys could see, there was nobody there, nobody to bother me. That'll all change here in about 2 months. Okay, I came out right at Jockey's Ridge. I did not mean to say that I passed it already. I've also narrated this stretch a couple times. Nothing much to talk about here. If you guys are looking for a fantastic spot to get a bite to eat, I would recommend right up here on the left where I used to work. They've moved locations. Blue Moon Beach Grill. They also used to own the restaurant that I currently work at, Blue Water Grill, but have since changed ownerships, and now they exclusively own Blue Moon Beach Grill. They built a whole new restaurant to handle the crowds that they get. And I worked there for a little over 5 years before I moved to their sister restaurant, Blue Water. Their food there every single day, because it is really good food. Normally you get sick of a certain style of food or a certain place, but not that one. I still ate there every single day that I worked there, and still find myself going there for lunch sometimes. Let's get into what I don't recommend. And then you're probably gonna think this is kind of funny, but here on my left is Sonic in Nags Head. Now, I don't really do fast food that much anyway, but I'm gonna save you guys some headache, some trouble, and a gut bomb. Do not eat at the Sonic in Nags Head. It is trash, in my opinion. Looks like traffic's this is the heaviest part of the drive so far, which normally it's not like this. Normally it's a pretty open road through here, but got us a nice patch of traffic. And right up here on the causeway, we're all gonna merge into one lane before we hit that Manio Bridge. And I'm actually shocked that my camera's letting us go this far without dying. Got your touristy wings shop here on the left. Cheap beach wear, get what you pay for. Over here on my right is Soundside Park in Nags Head. And they're really doing that up. It's right up next to the Sound. They've turned it into an event space. And they do all kinds of stuff out there. They have the carnival come out sometimes. They do car shows. They do food events like chili cook-offs and seafood events. So that was a good move to put that there. props to the town of Nags Head for putting that there. Here on my left, you can see you can merge into the left lane, the middle lane here, and go continue on to Hatteras, Ocracoke, South Nags Head, and you can go really south. And once you get down there, that's where you're gonna get that real local feel. There is no chain stores down there other than I think one grocery store, Food Lion. I think there's a tiny Subway out there still, but another thing I don't recommend is ever eating there. It is garbage. And here we are on the Nags Head Causeway. But if you go down to Hatteras, you're gonna be pretty much, it's a real island. You're there for the beach and not much else. Here we are entering that left lane to the bridge, passing by Tail of the Whale, and on the same stretch as Bass Knight's Lone Cedar, both two large restaurants, and they stay very packed all the time. But when I tell you they're large, they seat hundreds of people at one time. I have had the opportunity to go in their kitchen before, and I can swear that it is a very clean environment and a very large working, making quality products there, which is why I guess they keep attracting business. But it is also, that restaurant is owned by North Carolina Senator Mark Bass Knight. And it looks like I'm gonna get to go the whole way with the camera today. So, right